All right, this is Movies for the People. I'm your boy, Droid.
I'm Ace.
And this shit's very much uncensored, so yeah. Just get that out the window.
Yeah, it is an uncensored podcast.
Ace wanted to come in here, yo, bitch. You can still do it.
It's uncensored, bitch.
Today's a weird fucking day, folks.
Yeah, we're cursing up a storm and we're about to review a kid's movie. Get ready.
We were just like, we literally were like, hey, it's a kid's movie. And then we were like, hey, what is like the FCC ban word wise? And then we were like, well, we say nigga fucking bitch, so I don't think they'd like us.
And we looked it up and it turns out that hip hop is a form of hate speech.
Oh my God. There's a petition on change.org looking to label hip hop as, gangster rap.
That's not gangster rap, yeah.
With
gangster rap.
With a hard A, gangsta rap.
Gangsta.
As hate speech. It's got 35 signatures. Really doing things, folks. They are out here. We need to be careful. All right?
That's
Watch
horrible.
your back.
That is horrible. 35 signatures.
I don't know.
Even Trump would be like, nah, nigga.
Did you see that picture I sent you today?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh no, I put it in like our family snap story. There's a picture at a store in the mall and it's just somebody painted Donald Trump doing like this weird hand thing. That shit is $2,400. Why?
I think we need to learn how to paint. And we'll have just like a whole museum of Trump, but like paint all of his weird faces he's made throughout his presidency.
I mean, in North Dakota,
we'd make bank.
Boy. Or maybe we just like do so well with this podcast that like people want to paint us for $2,400 paintings.
I don't think any podcaster is making that much money off a painting of themselves.
Honestly, I don't have a problem with like a podcast making that much money off of the podcast. I just know that nobody's ever want to pay me and make $2,400 off that shit.
Hey, you're beautiful, Droid.
I mean, my heart.
Oh, that's like wasn't that like a rock group? I don't know.
I don't give a fuck. It's Trump.
It's weird.
Just call me beautiful. I'm handsome, maybe.
No,
maybe.
Hey, everybody out there, let Droid know he's beautiful. He's handsome too.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just feeling weird.
Exactly. And there's only one person who's gonna comment that. You know who that person is if they listen. Who's not Jeff? One person who's not Jeff. We don't count Jeff.
Why don't we count Jeff? He does it every day. He wakes up like, "Hey, Droid, you're beautiful." Just want you to know that. Go live your day.
No. Oh man, what do we see this week?
Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph breaks the internet?
Is that what it's called? Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph breaks the internet.
That sounds better. That sounds right.
That does sound a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, are you ready to get into this quick review? Spoiler free, of course.
But so much happens.
There is so much in this movie, guys.
Fine. I'll make it quick, I guess.
Well, basically, this is the story of a bad guy who does a bad thing for a good reason. Why do you say that?
Is it bad, though?
Is what bad?
What he does.
It is kind of bad, but it was for a good reason.
The ramifications are bad.
Yeah, technically he didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was other people fucking up because they didn't know.
Child.
Yeah.
If I was that old dude, I would have been like, bring your mama in here. I'm getting my money.
No, it's definitely a movie where a lot of stuff happens, but in true Disney fashion, one big bad thing happens, and it's up to the bad guy to fix it.
Yeah, but is he really a bad guy?
I mean, he's a bad guy, but he's a bad guy.
We didn't plan that one out at all, guys.
I'm sorry. I just love that scene so much. If you guys haven't seen the first Wreck-It Ralph, please go watch it. It's there's fucking Zangief. I was thinking about this. I was like, I feel like Wreck-It Ralph is almost Ready Player One before Ready Player One.
It was. It definitely was.
I mean, aside from like actual people being in it, like everybody video game wise is in that shit. It's ridiculous. Except maybe Doom Guy. I don't think I ever saw Doom Guy or Master Chief. Either way, there's a lot of motherfuckers.
I've only seen it once. I don't remember a lot about the first one, but the only scene that always sticks in my head that's my favorite scene from the movie is, thanks, Satan.
Yeah, that. Oh my god.
I was like, man, Disney's wild.
I thought the movie was funny. I think it's a movie that's very much aware of itself.
Very aware of
Like,
itself.
there's a lot of social commentary, and honestly, I don't think kids are going to get a lot of the jokes.
Also, I'm pretty sure this is the first Disney movie to get a theatrical release.
What?
Yeah.
What? First Disney movie to get a theatrical release?
Yeah.
I'm confused as to what you're saying right now.
Or sorry. I'm pretty sure this is the first sequel to a Disney movie to get a theatrical release.
Okay, I was confused. No, Toy Story 2 was in theaters.
That's not Pixar. All the Pixars go into theaters. They just work on one movie, but Disney.
Don't they belong to Disney though?
Yeah, but it's a separate company. This is just Disney.
Okay. Well, I was immediately going to say Incredibles, but
Everything else is straight to video.
Fighting. You're right. You might be right. Shit. Well, you heard it here first, guys. Ace is out here making observations. Yeah. Sherlock motherfucking Holmes couldn't have surmised that shit.
Yeah, watch out, Cumberbatch. But I thought Frozen 2 was going to be the first one to get in. I was like, God, I hate Frozen. I really don't want that to be the first Disney movie to get a theatrical sequel.
I don't hate Frozen. I don't appreciate it as much as other people do, but I definitely know for a fact that I like Wreck-It Ralph 2 more than I'm going to like Frozen 2 if that becomes a thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. This was meant to be quick, but it's turning out to be
No. We're only like 5 minutes in, excuse me. So 8 minutes in. I don't know.
We're about 9 minutes in.
Yeah, we can.
It's completely fine, though.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, we can really be done pretty quick here. I liked it. I think that it's something you'll have to watch again because there's a lot of shit going on, and I couldn't dissect all of it.
Yeah, it's
tons of Easter eggs. I loved them.
Definitely, it's like Ready Player One or Wreck-It Ralph 1. There's a lot in there, except it's not just video games like Wreck-It Ralph. This time, it's everything. The whole internet is on in this movie. If you matter on the internet, you're in this movie. If you don't, well, now you know.
We're not talking about YouTubers or streamers. You guys aren't special enough for Ralph.
There was a YouTuber in there. That weird chick with the red lipstick.
Don't know.
You don't know her?
I saw her face, maybe.
She's like ugly, but like she's meant to be ugly, and she talks weird. She had a show on Netflix.
Did she have like a speaking part in the movie?
Yeah, Basically, when all the internet went down, she was like, "Come on."
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Yeah, so one YouTuber matters. All of you step your game up. You're trash.
You know what's crazy to me?
What?
Fortnite was in this movie and Ninja wasn't in this movie.
That's because Ninja's falling off. Even Ninja knows Ninja's falling off.
I mean, what is falling off when you have that much money?
Yeah, he does got a lot of money. He made his little Fortnite run and he don't care no more.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'd get tired of Fortnite after that. Like,
yeah, it's a lot.
I'm just a regular guy and I got tired of Fortnite. And I couldn't imagine playing that for that long.
I mean, I could imagine playing it if I was making that much money. Shit.
Yeah. True.
That's motivation.
That is motivation.
I don't know. You know what I care about more than Fortnite though?
What?
What you rate this movie?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Out of 5, I would give it a solid 3.75.
I can get down with that. I was so close to just saying 3.8. I'll agree with you on that.
Like, I don't think it's great, but I think it's good.
I think it's a very solid sequel.
Yeah.
But it's not
Great.
Amazing.
It's not one of those sequels that you're going to bring up when people are like, what are sequels that are just really good? You're not going to bring up Wreck-It Ralph 2. And you're not going to be like The Dark Knight and Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay, that's different. If we were talking like animated sequels, maybe.
Maybe. No, because you're not going to be like Toy Story 2 and Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I mean, but think about it. There's how many...
Toy Story 2 is better than The Dark Knight, so you can't
No, but I'm like, if you're taking specifically animated shit, you got Toy Story 2, Finding Dory, Incredibles 2. Those are like the best I can think of off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure there's another one.
What's
another Pixar one? I can't remember what it is. Cars 2. Oh God, that's no horrible.
Cars 3.
Cars 3.
Cars 3.
I'd put it on the level of Cars 3. It was definitely good. It's not nothing to write home about, but it's great.
I think actually now that you've said that, I think this is a good movie in the same way Cars 3 was a good movie, because while it was about the same characters and it took place in the same world, it did something significantly different than the other ones did, or other one did. I mean, Toy Story, still great, but like all of them are like very similar as far as like the overarching story. Not like the plot of the characters themselves, but like the premise is always kind of, you got these toys.
They get into a shenanigan.
Yeah.
You mean the like structure of a story? You know, introduction, problem.
I mean,
whatever.
it depends on what
Act 3.
story you're
that's
telling,
like that's the overall structure of a story.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like those ones are a lot more similar than other movies.
A little bit.
That doesn't mean they're not good. Like, you can have...
Except Toy Story 2 is a lot different. Woody is like in another place. Like, he's owned by someone else.
Nobody owns Woody but Andy. Don't you ever fucking disrespect Andy like that.
Sorry, Andy.
That's right. You better apologize.
Help me, guys.
Yeah, but I liked it. I think it's good enough to go see in theaters.
Yeah, when I was saying what I thought about it earlier, at the very end I said it was great, and that was just I didn't mean to say it was great, but it was good.
Everybody just keep in mind that Ace like really reserves the word great. He tries so hard not to say great. You're just do
you want me to be
someone who you
just
are?
Exaggerates everything? Do you want me to be Trump? It's huge.
Nah, just say how you feel. Don't be fucking Ego from fucking Ratatouille, nigga. You're out here talking about.
Do you think this movie was great?
It's hard for me to say that to you because even if I do, I'm just waiting for you to be like, I just wanted this movie to make me feel like when I was 4 years old.
I didn't even see the first one when I was 4 years old.
Not the point. You saw some shit when you were 4 years old that changed your life some point.
The only movie I saw when I was 4 years old that changed my life was...
When did The Sandlot come out?
Okay, maybe The Sandlot.
Exactly.
But I don't know if I saw that when I was 4. I was going to say Scamper the Penguin.
I don't even know that movie.
It's a wild movie. This penguin gets trapped on this boat with like these fishermen. Fights a sea lion. It's crazy.
He fights a sea lion?
He fights a sea lion.
Like 1v1?
He's a little blue. Yeah, no, I think it's like 2v1. He's like a baby penguin, and then he's got his little girlfriend, baby penguin, and they, fuck up this sea lion. Look it up. Great movie.
I'm just saying, if your baby's a baby, you shouldn't have a girlfriend. Anyway, I think it's time we move on to our trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you got this week?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you got this week?
What do I got this week? I got another Disney movie.
What Disney movie?
Artemis Fowl.
What is that?
You know that one. Artemis Fowl is a very interesting story. I read the books when I was younger, and to be honest, I don't remember everything that happened, so I'm kind of excited to like watch this. And it's like an 8-book series about a kid who's like an asshole. He's like a fucking criminal, and yes, he's like, I don't know how old he is. I think he's like 13.
I saw
the
picture. He looks like he's like 13.
He's like super rich, and he like basically finds his way into like the magical world of like fucking fairies and gnomes and shit, trying to like steal like big magical artifacts. Ian Colfer was the author of the book series, but in the time in which Artemis like decides he's gonna fuck up shit just because he wants to, he like learns about how it's okay to be a good person, but he's also like, fuck that. I'm an asshole, even though I'm a child. I'm gonna be a criminal, even though I'm the protagonist. And I was like, oh, it's interesting that like you can make the protagonist an asshole and he's a child and it's okay. I do a bad job of explaining it. He's a genius, so that's the whole thing.
It looks like a interesting movie from the pictures I've seen. I haven't actually watched the trailer.
He's a smart little motherfucker.
I've heard about the books.
He's got a butler who's a badass. I think the butler dies in like the 7th book, but I don't remember.
Fucking spoiler alert.
If you haven't read the book, that's not my issue. Okay, they can do what they want in the fucking movie.
God.
Maybe he doesn't die. I think he almost dies. No.
I don't think you should continue to talk about it.
No.
There's a movie's coming out.
He gets in a fight with a troll. I remember. Trolls are assholes. I don't know if he kills the troll or if the troll kills him. I'm pretty sure he gets really hurt though. I think he kills the troll. I don't remember though. Trolls are like big motherfuckers.
Did you ever read that book about the kid in the gold rush and he had a butler?
No.
I think it was a Roald Dahl book.
No.
The kid had like a butler, and the butler put a bunch of gold in his glove and then slapped the shit out of something. It's the only thing I remember for that book, because I was like, that's wealth.
Wow.
That's generational wealth right there.
Damn. Fuck, I wish I had that kind of money. Just beat somebody with the money. Literally beat something. Shit. Man, that's wild.
But
what is your trailer?
My trailer is called Breakthrough.
Like the Lemonade Mouth song?
I don't know. I've never listened to Lemonade Mouth.
Well, there's your problem.
I'm sorry.
It's one of the best Disney Channel musical movies there is. One of. It's in I'd say the top 5.
There's a lot of them. I don't know if that could be in the top 5. Actually, there's not a lot of them.
Yeah. Actually, there's actually quite a few. But it's
now.
like High School Musical, and then like High School Musical 2. Because High School Musical 3 was cool, but it was in theaters and really kind of a cash grab. Like if you go back and look at it, it's not that great. And then there's like Lemonade Mouth. And then like not counting like the older ones. I'm not counting like Cheetah Girls. Because Cheetah Girls...
High School Musical is an old one.
No. Cheetah Girls came out like 2000... like 2000, whereas like High School Musical came out in like 2005. No, actually, High School Musical 3 came out in 2008. So maybe, was it 2003? I'm forgetting about Camp Rock too. Camp Rock was good. Not Camp Rock 2, Camp Rock. The first one was litty.
I'm so impressed by your knowledge of Disney musicals.
I just like Disney shit.
Nah, I did mess with Cheetah Girls and the first High School Musical. I remember being a kid like pretending not to like High School Musical.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's funny that you bring that up. All right, when those movies came out, it was like the time where like High School Musical was great because it really spoke to like the niggas who like were out there doing sports and wanted to do extra shit with their life, but really didn't think it was cool. And it was like, oh, Disney's making a movie about this. I can kind of be more comfortable with myself.
I just think it just didn't fit as much, like, because they already made that movie, though.
High School Musical?
The movie about the sports kid who wanted to do something else.
What?
It's called Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
No. But this was a musical, and Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off is different because everybody.
This is a musical.
Everybody likes, like, not everybody likes to cook, but like cooking is something you could do, and nobody's gonna bat an eye. If you tell somebody that you're playing football, you go out there and dancing on the stage and shit, and people like fine arts is something that people don't associate with athletes, whereas like home economics, to a certain degree, like if you tell them you out there like baking cookies and shit, and they did address that in High School Musical because I don't remember the nigga's name, but he was out there baking the fuck out of creme brulee.
Yeah, and they were making fun of him at first.
But Sharpay wanted that nigga. Let me tell you, you baking creme brulee. I need to learn how to bake creme brulee. You boys over here too single. Nah, but we fucked with Disney Channel movies so hard, and my brothers will never admit to this. That
hang on. I just hope that his brothers are listening right now, and I hope he just throws you all under the bus right now. Say,
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Spill the tea.
Camp Rock, we knew was coming on for the first time. Like the premiere was like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
We were at my aunt's house helping her move, and she didn't have cable. So we stopped helping her move and ran 1.5 miles through the desert, got to our neighborhood and started hopping walls. When I tell you we hopped the wall, slid over the back door and hopped over on the back of the couch, turned the TV on, silence. We was ready. My brothers will never admit that they ran 1.5 miles through the fucking desert to watch Camp Rock. But I'm out here letting you know that your boy was all about that. I've always fucked with Disney.
Everyone fucked with Disney. Like what is
run 1.5 miles through the desert? Fuck with Disney.
I've never fucked with Disney that hard.
I was excited for that shit.
Let me ask you this: what's your favorite Disney Channel movie?
I would say Lemonade Mouth, but also Johnny Tsunami is my shit.
Johnny Tsunami was my shit. Okay, I'll give you those two. Mine's between like Johnny Tsunami, Brink, and Smart House.
Jump, jump, the house is jumping.
I was waiting for it.
Jump, jump, the house. That's the only thing that happens in that song. If you look up that shit, that's all they say.
Really?
Yes. It's literally just a loop of him saying, jump, jump, the house is jumping. Because I Googled it. I had that song stuck in my head. And
how much do you think he made off that?
More than we make it off this podcast.
Oh, my God. Should we just start doing that, people? Should we just start saying, jump, jump, the house is jumping?
You know what? If somebody gives me a suggestion, I will write a weird-ass fucking song. It'll probably be trash and it won't get any exposure, but I'll do it.
We'll do it. Give him a suggestion on our Twitter.
Don't let it be about no like real weird shit though, because if it's about some like,
if it's real weird, I'll do it.
And he's gonna do that shit on his Instagram. It's not gonna be in the next fucking episode.
It'll be in the next episode.
No.
But yeah, let us know on ___ for the people. That is our Twitter and our Instagram.
Indeed.
And you can find us on Facebook by searching Movies for the People and liking our page.
You can also find us on like a ton of extra shit. Just Google.
Yeah, just Google.
YouTube, Spotify, Podbean. What? Apple Music?
Apple Podcasting. Google Play. Stitcher.
Oh boy, so many options.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
You guys have choices. How does it feel to have that power?
Yeah, back in my day, we only had 3 channels: Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney.
Shit, back in my day, if I wanted to play my Nintendo, I had to turn to channel 3.
Did you ever have it where you had to turn to channel 4? No, those are the...
I don't remember. It switched at one point. I used to have to stick my hand in the TV and get shocked to turn on my TV.
One time I broke a TV with a laser pointer.
We're not telling that story right now. We're eating up so much time. Ah, man.
My trailer's Breakthrough. It's starring Kate from This Is Us and Luke Cage. Basically, Kate's son. If you don't know who Kate is from This Is Us, she's the really big girl on there with the beautiful voice. Made me cry a few times. But
I need to watch that show. I really wanted to.
Maybe we could talk about it on the podcast. Who knows?
Maybe.
But then her kid goes out with some friends and they're trying to be hockey players on the ice, and some guy's like, "Hey, get off that ice!" And then they fall through the ice.
Ooh.
But then the kid gets saved by Luke Cage.
Okay.
And then they go to the hospital and he's dead, and his mom's like, "God, please save my son." And then beep, 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 beep. He's in a coma.
I mean,
and
it's
then
arguably better because at least he got a chance of coming back.
Yeah. And then Topher Grace is their pastor, and he's like, "I'm going to be by your side because I'm your pastor."
Why Topher Grace?
Because Topher Grace was just...
That's why I'm saying not Topher Grace.
He can lead the KKK. He can lead a congregation. He can lead anything. He can lead a group of friends in a basement.
Oh, my God.
He's just a leading actor.
Do you know people like in Hollywood hate Topher Grace?
Yeah, everyone hates
because he got it. No, they hate him because he got it easy. Like he had never acted before that 70s show.
Neither did Lakeith Stanfield. He just like started acting.
You know, people probably hate him too, but like I'm pretty sure people hate him because of his rap album.
He's still getting work.
And that like weird shit that happened. What was the movie with the horse people that we really want? Oh, sorry to bother you.
Yeah, we really wanted to see that. Just so weird.
That was like disappointingly weird.
If you guys haven't heard our review on that, definitely go back to the episode and find it. It'll be in the description because I don't remember the number.
What was it, like 4 episodes ago?
It was about 4 or 5.
Not enough. We need to put that shit behind us.
Yeah. Real big disappointment.
Unless you're a weirdo.
Yeah, if you're a weirdo and you love it.
I mean, we're weirdos, but not that kind of weirdo.
Speak for yourself.
I'm just saying, I'm not the type of nigga out there wondering what's going on with a bunch of niggas with horse dicks. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to be that kind of...
I'm good, man. Those are some big ass horse dicks. That shit was scary. It was like the dick fell, then the horse fell.
Fuck. Now it's in my head.
Oh. But yeah, that's my trailer. Kid, does he live or does he die? Is there a God?
It's a Christian movie. I guarantee you it's a Christian movie. You know how I know it's a Christian movie? Because when I heard you watching the trailer, there was a Hillsong song on there. Hillsong. Nobody ever uses Hillsong music in their movies unless it's a Christian.
Maybe they're lying to you. Maybe it's a Satan movie.
No. And it's got Allstate Dude.
It does got Allstate Dude. And that's not the first time. This is the first time you're going to hear about the Allstate dude in this episode, but there is more to come.
Correct. That being said, our bin banter this week.
Bin banter.
Shit was fire.
It was hot. Fui.
So hot that heat is the word used to describe the name of this movie.
Heat?
But actually, like, heat is just the name of this movie.
Heat.
Guess who was in it?
What? Who? We're kind of out of it today, guys.
Let me tell y'all, I almost picked up this mic and started cussing y'all out. I need you to vote on our fucking... on our polls, people.
Yo, yeah, I'm seeing like 156 people saw this. 10 people voted. Yo,
I feel disrespected.
yeah, if you ever scroll by one of our posts and not like it, it's hands
On site.
on site.
Matter of fact, ain't no hands. You gonna catch this mic. Shit is a little bit heavier than my hand and it's made out of metal. But I'm not gonna do that because then we'd have to pay for a new mic.
We got an extra.
Okay, never mind. I am gonna do that. It's mic on site, nigga.
Bow.
Yeah.
Now that we just threatened you, it's time for you to hear about Heat.
Starring Al Pacino
And Robert De Niro. Basically, this is like the Avengers of the 90s.
I feel like it's more like what was the movie with fucking Jet Li and
Expendables?
No. Dude from Crank. I can't think of his name right now.
Jason Statham?
Yeah, Jet Li and Jason Statham.
I don't know.
There was like a movie where it's like Jet Li versus Jason Statham. That was.
But those guys aren't like the actors. Like Robert De Niro.
At the time, they were bigger.
They were bigger, but they weren't those guys.
No, like they were big enough at the time that like this is like.
You know what this is? This is Fast and the Furious 5.
War. That was the name of the movie. 2007.
Fuck war.
Well, yeah, war is fucking bad. People die.
Yeah, but this is Fast and the Furious 5. When you saw The Rock and Vin Diesel about to fight,
Yeah,
that's what this is.
definitely. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, think of the premise of those two movies.
Oh, they're pretty similar.
They're like really fucking similar.
Did Heat rip off Fast and the Furious 5?
Don't disrespect Heat like that.
No, this was a good movie. Very long movie. This movie was so long, those horse cocks were like, damn.
Stop. Let me tell you, okay, this movie, one thing I didn't like about this movie is that it started out so slow that at one point Ace was like, I don't think I like this movie. And it was so disappointing because we were so hyped after doing Bin Banter this week. We were like, De Niro and Pacino?
Yeah, we were ready.
What?
And Val Kilmer.
Leave Val Kilmer alone. I don't even want to talk about him. I know we have to, but
Well, then there was just so many surprises with the actors.
There was a lot of throwbacks, like fucking
Machete and Allstate guy.
He wasn't insured in this movie, so didn't really help him too much.
It did not.
He actually like really disappointed me. He didn't disappoint me, but his character disappointed me.
I thought he would do more, not just die.
Yeah. His character was a really weird plot device. Like all he did was be a getaway driver.
They literally built him up for
him to die in like 2 scenes later.
In like 2 minutes.
Like the point at which he took an active role is when he died.
And then it was like, what was the point of that? So that the girl could stand in that bar and go
rewind. So
yeah, we're just going.
Al Pacino is mind you guys, this is like after The Godfather and Godfather 2 and 3 and Scarface and Carlito's Way. Like this is like, oh, Al Pacino's that guy.
And then this is,
He's going to be a bad guy. It's like, nope, he's a detective.
this is Robert De Niro before Meet the Parents, before Dirty Grandpa, before The Comedian, before Trump Hater. This is just badass De Niro. Young De Niro, but old De Niro.
I mean, when did he come out? I don't remember. Because this is after. I know this is after. What?
Huh?
Shut the fuck up. I know this is after A Bronx Tale.
When did Heat come out?
Yeah.
I thought you said when did he come out?
No. Heat. No, this is after A Bronx Tale. Like, they're both at this point in their careers, like, not necessarily typecast, but like very much sought after for certain roles. And all of a sudden it's like De Niro versus Pacino. I guarantee you that's how this movie was fucking advertised.
Probably.
There were two big fucking names.
And everyone was like, yes.
And like they had never really been in opposing roles. They hadn't been in opposing roles yet. I think this is the first time. And then we just got a bunch of people. We got Allstate guy, like we said. We got, what's weird to me is that they called Danny Trejo. His name was Trejo.
Yeah. That's like that Mexican dude that's named Hector and like everything.
He's Uncle, what is his name? Hector in Spy Kids? Uncle Hector? I feel like it is. No, it's not. It's Uncle. He's the uncle who's not really the uncle in Spy Kids. And he's Machete.
He's in something. I want to see him in like a rom-com with like Sandra Bullock.
Is he like opposite Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. But fuck it. Robert De Niro is like the leader of a gang of bank robbers. They're not
Criminals.
Criminals. They're not just bank robbers. And Al Pacino is a super hyped, always on it detective.
He's Al Pacino, but a detective.
Oh, man.
Fat ass. Best line of the movie.
Yeah, it starts off really slow because I don't think it really picks up until they know who their opposition is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like super slow. Like events happen that you don't really care about. Honestly, I don't think we were paying too much attention as like things carried on in the first 40 minutes. And I know for a fact because there was a time I had you pause it so I could make a comment about the movie. And it was like 40 minutes. I was like, fuck, there's still 2 hours in this bitch. And then probably like, we obviously pay more attention after that. But there's the scene where Pacino takes like his squad of guys to go stake out an area that De Niro is trying to like steal some shit from. And then there's like the stare down through the wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is where it begins.
Yeah, that was where you were like, oh shit.
And like Pacino doesn't even like, they don't see each other. Pacino sees De Niro, but De Niro just knows something is off, and he like stares directly through this wall, straight back at Pacino, and we're like, shit's about to get real.
Yeah, these two are two people. They're old in the game,
and this is when like this is when the game really starts. And I think one of my favorite scenes, and I had you rewind it, is when Pacino's like tailing Robert De Niro, and Richard just like pulls him over. He's like, "How about I get you a cup of coffee?"
You like coffee? He's just so intense with everything he says. It's
he really is. And they end up going to get coffee, and I shit you not, there's like 12 minutes of these two talking, but it's like really well written dialogue, and it's very intense. Like, this is the point at which you like, everything is laid on the table. They, to each other, they let the other guy know, this is what I have to lose, and you're not getting in my fucking way. The stakes are there.
They set up the game so well. It was I did not like this movie for the first little bit.
Yeah.
Once this like whole little game between these two started,
Yeah.
I was.
I love when they ended up going to the docks and like all the guys are like the police are there like trying to figure out what's going on, and Pacino's like he's like, you know what they're watching, and he's like, what? He's like, us. And they're like, what is he talking about? And like Robert De Niro is like up on like a crane taking pictures of him, and he Pacino doesn't know where he is, but he knows he's there. He's like, just being loud and shit. He's like, it's Al Pacino is like real ignorant, low key. Like he's a great actor, but I feel like just the way he approaches situations is kind of weird. I would never just walk into a room and be like, I'm not even going to make an impression. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I'm just going to feel weird after I do it. I'm not going to act like Al Pacino.
Do it.
No, that's why, you know how I know that's why Al Pacino is like extra? Because I'm an extra motherfucker and I feel way too extra trying to act like Al Pacino.
He's way too extra.
The action was great. No, I guess we should talk about Val Kilmer.
There's someone else we should talk about too. The most random motherfucker I was not expecting to see in this movie.
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman.
As a child?
Yeah, it just shows up out of nowhere for one scene and then disappears.
She was there for a scene, and then dying. We don't know if she died.
No, she became princess and then queen, and then her husband killed her. But she gave birth to 2 twins.
I don't know if you know what movie we're talking about right now.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman's not a movie.
She had a ballerina career too.
This is not a biopic about Natalie Portman.
I don't know what else Natalie Portman's been in.
Oh my God. Not more of this movie.
Is Natalie Portman a good actress?
Oh my God, here we fucking go. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at Natalie Portman's like portfolio.
I feel like she only has 5 movies. And I'm counting the Star Wars as a movie.
I'm just saying that you asked if Natalie Portman was a good actress, and instead of saying yes or no, the first thing that popped in my head, literally the first thing, the first 6 words to pop into my head, Keira Knightley's a better actress. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me deflecting from saying that Natalie Portman's a bad actress. But I don't know.
Why don't you guys let us know what your thoughts on Natalie Portman are? I think she's pretty good. I like Natalie Portman. Droid just hates Natalie Portman.
I don't hate Natalie Portman.
Let's start that campaign.
Wait, was she? No, that wasn't her. Damn. Stop trying to start campaigns about me saying shit.
Yeah, guys, stop making campaigns about Droid. You horrible people out there. I got your back, bro. She was in V for Vendetta, which is a great movie.
I bet it is.
Have you ever seen it?
I bet it is. Maybe that answers your question.
You need to watch V for Vendetta.
Bro, there's so much I need to watch. There are like times at which
But there's like a specific day you watch V for Vendetta.
First
Next
off,
year we will watch it.
I don't understand why people are so like crazy about the fucking Guy Fawkes mask. Like, maybe it has crazy significance with the movie. It probably does. But like, 5th of November isn't even like a... Everybody's like, oh, it's from V for Vendetta. No, it's not. It's when niggas are trying to blow up British Parliament.
Yeah.
And
that's what it's about in V for Vendetta.
You know how many people know that shit and don't know about the Guy Fawkes conspiracy shit? A lot of fucking people. Oh, is that not what it's about in V for Vendetta?
I don't remember. And I don't know much about the mask and all that stuff. I know the Parliament blowing up and then all that stuff, but I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot in general.
Yeah, you listen to a couple of motherfuckers who really don't know much. Or do we?
What are we talking about?
We were talking
what
about
are we talking about? Yeah.
We were talking about whether Natalie Portman was a good actress, but also why Al Pacino is so extra. But also,
you want to get some coffee?
I don't want to get coffee. Not with Al Pacino. That might be interesting.
It'll be a memory.
It will.
It'll be something you'll never forget in your life.
But I really liked the movie. I was super distracted by Val Kilmer because now I'm not totally sure that Channing Tatum isn't a clone of Val Kilmer.
They do look way too similar. At one point they showed him and he's like, that's fucking Channing Tatum.
Literally was, and it made me so mad I couldn't stop. Find Heat. All right, you don't even have to watch the movie. Just to entertain yourself, find Heat and pull up a picture of Channing Tatum. Tell me they don't look the same. Like, they could be the same fucking person.
They could be brothers.
My roommate's baby agrees. If you can hear him. If not, I'm cutting this shit out.
Yeah, it's a just crazy game that they go through, and then they have these ridiculous gunfights in the middle of the city.
Yeah, evidently that like there are like police departments that will like show that scene as part of like training for like firefight training for like tactical retreats and shit like that.
Yeah, my cousin that I called out for calling me at 8 a.m. went for the Captain Marvel trailer. Called me today and he said, when you talk about Heat, tell everyone gun lovers love the gunfights in Heat. So I told everyone now, just so you guys all know, people who love guns love Heat.
Pretty much. But like, not Al Pacino. He is the Heat. You hear him coming around.
Not Al Pacino. He is the Heat.
I'm saying, he coming around that corner, you better cut out in 30 seconds. It's your only choice.
Yeah, that shit was wild. The transition when that gunfight started from Val Kilmer when he was like just smiling and brought that gun up, that shit was so quick.
Oh my God. Yeah, he really, like, he was ready. And it was funny because I remember you specifically, you were like, they're about to shoot Val Kilmer, and this nigga started busting.
Like, they made it seem like he was about to get shot, and it was just so good that he shot first, and you were just like, yes.
I don't even care about Val Kilmer.
I was like, he's got a baby. And a baby mama he don't really love that much.
That story, honestly, I hated it.
I feel that
until the end of their story.
I did like the very end of it, but I feel like there's a lot of just little side stories in this that weren't very strong.
Yeah. Like Allstate guy.
This movie could have been 2 hours long and been as good.
Or it could have been 3 hours long. We explore shit more and it could have been better.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good movie. The action was great. There are times where shit is just tense, especially like the climax, like the final showdown between Al Pacino and Robert DeNiro was, that shit had you on edge. It was very well directed. Like the cinematography was good, but like they made a great use of sound, specifically sound and lighting, because it's like at a dark airport and they're on the runway hiding behind buildings
at night,
and like all of a sudden it's just like real fucking loud and you're like, somebody's gonna make a move and it's dead fucking quiet, and they're like, nah, not yet. And then it's real fucking loud, and then the lights start to shine, and then you're like, nah, not yet. You're like, what's about to happen? Somebody's gonna come around the wrong corner.
You're just waiting. It was so intense. You're waiting for someone to get.
I was literally gritting my fucking teeth.
I was like, are they both gonna get shot? Who's gonna get shot? Al Pacino? I hope it's Al Pacino. He's gonna be like, oh no, I've been shot. You got me this time.
The biggest thing that made me mad is like Robert De Niro didn't need to die in this movie.
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna tell you why he didn't need to die in this movie. Because him going to get payback on I don't even remember the guy's name. The fucking Nazi.
Nazi belly.
Pretty much. Him going to kill that guy was like useless. Because that guy he was in the story. And I get that, like,
he sold them all out, basically.
Yeah, he sold them out, but
he's the reason all of his friends are dead.
But, like, this is the first time, like, when Al Pacino and Robert De Niro talk about what they want out of life. Robert De Niro specifically says he's not doing what he wants. And he's, like, finally at the point to where he can get out of the game
forever
and be happy. And he's like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna go kill this nigga. She's like, you have time? He's like, I got time. And he would have made it, honestly, if it weren't for some extra shit, but like, it didn't take all that. They were free. Al Pacino had given up. He literally was like, he's gone.
Yeah, and he was worried about his dying daughter.
He wasn't even worried about his daughter at that point.
He wasn't.
He had just given up. He's like, he's gone. And at that point, he was. Until he changed his mind.
It's all your fault, Robert De Niro. Whatever your name is in the movie.
You did this to yourself.
What was his name in the movie?
It's like, it started with a C, but I can't remember. I can't remember their names. I just remember them as De Niro and Pacino.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we go back, that's what most people remember.
Yeah, and I think it didn't help that we called them that the whole time we were watching it, and then we called Allstate guy Allstate. I'll never know that guy's name. I don't want to know it.
I Googled it, and it's not something you would expect it to be, and I forget what it is.
Douglas.
Moving forward, that was our bin banter, guys. I definitely see it's something you go. I mean, it's on Netflix. Go watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, it is on Netflix.
It's not, like, take the opportunity before they get rid of it, like they do with so much shit, like Daredevil.
I'm telling you, Daredevil's going to Disney.
I mean, it already belongs to Disney,
but it's going to the Disney streaming service.
What streaming service? They don't have that
yet. I'm buying that when it comes out.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's really funny you say that.
On how much it is.
I'm going to tell you, it's funny you say that because Jeff has made this whole argument against how, like, people aren't going to buy that just for the Marvel side. I was like,
I'm not buying it just for the Marvel. I'm buying it for Marvel. I'm buying it for Pixar. I'm buying it for the Disney movies. You don't remember when you were a kid? Did you guys have, like, all the VHSs of the Disney movies?
Yeah. I used to.
Now we don't have to have that. It's just right there.
Maybe I want the VHS.
I do want the Blu-rays, but I don't want to watch them. I don't want to have to take the time to take them out of the case and put them in the DVD player. I just want to own them for when they're not on the streaming service, or I don't got Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Yeah. Anyway, at this point, we are going to move on to our full review of Wreck-It Ralph. If you haven't heard it, if you haven't seen the movie, then go watch it. Then you can come back here and listen.
Check it out.
Or if you just don't give a fuck, keep listening.
Yeah.
Mainly because you love us, not because you want to hear about Wreck-It Ralph. But, like, Wreck-It Ralph is a bonus.
Yeah.
Our presence is what you're here for. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is bonus content.
You know you love it.
Stop being fucking weird.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet. It's a fun movie about the times, really.
Do you remember them?
The times?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Michael Jackson would be disappointed in you.
I don't.
Just disrespect the King of Pop's memory like that.
I don't like
my... Well, he don't like you either.
I couldn't finish that sentence. But yeah, it's weird because it's kind of like the Emoji Movie, to where this is a movie about the internet and about things that kids really wouldn't understand. Part of it they will, but there's a lot in there that they wouldn't understand, and a lot of the humor that they wouldn't understand.
Right.
But I think they did it a lot better than the Emoji Movie.
Yes, sir. The Emoji Movie was all right, but like, I really didn't care about a lot of the characters in the Emoji Movie
because they didn't set it up with Emoji Movie 1. I think if this was Wreck-It Ralph 1, it wouldn't have been as good. People wouldn't have cared about Ralph as much.
Yeah, I can see that, but like, for the record, I don't feel like there's going to be a sequel to the Emoji Movie, and if there is, I probably won't like it as much as
the main actor got Me Too'd.
Who was the main actor?
God, I can't even remember his name now. Guy from Deadpool, the one who he works in the bar.
Oh fuck him!
Yeah,
damn, that's disappointing.
That's like
the worst thing.
Him and his wife both say this is some woman that he used to date that's like been trying to screw up with their marriage for years. So I don't know if it's true or not.
I hope it's not, because that's like one of the shittiest things where like you have a positive outlook of somebody and then it turns out they're just an ass.
Yeah.
A fucking scumbag. Yes, that's right. If you're out there, you know, touching women or anyone without consent, you're a fucking scumbag. Just want to put that out there. Men or women.
We might lose some listeners with you.
Well, you know what?
Saying all these controversial things.
Let me tell you something, okay? I don't give a fuck who you are, where you are, or what you do in life.
I'll do you one better. I don't care when you are.
For real, if you have issues with me saying that you're a fucking scumbag for touching people inappropriately without their consent, there are times when I joke about fighting motherfuckers, but I will fucking fight you.
Yeah.
Hit my DMs, Droid Waller _ on Instagram.
He's going to change his name on Twitter to Me Too Meets These Hands.
Oh man, like there was one time, just a quick funny thing. There was one point at which I was like, you know, I wish it was like still legal to challenge people to single combat. Because I would get into shape and like just find niggas who are out there raping people and like challenge them to single combat and beat their ass.
I'm just imagining you on the street. I challenge you. Hey, raper.
I'm telling you, bro. I just be dropping niggas on the street for acting wild. Like, and if I can make a living out of that shit, oh man.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever become a superhero.
I didn't say I was going to be a superhero. I said I was going to challenge niggas who's out here raping people and beat their asses.
What's the difference between that and Batman?
I'll tell you a secret, right? So, me challenging them means they have to accept the challenge. They have to put their pride on the line. Unfortunately, Batman is not practicing consent in this situation. He just beat niggas' asses. So that's the difference.
Would you challenge Batman?
If Batman was out there raping motherfuckers, yes, I would challenge Batman.
That's dumb. I'd be like, Batman does what Batman wants.
No, because if Batman was out there raping motherfuckers, Batman would be Batman no way.
He'd still be Batman. The suit makes him Batman.
The fear makes him Batman.
This is a wild topic. Can we get back to Wreck-It Ralph 2? This is a children's movie.
Yes, just with the quick aside that once again, we're talking about Wreck-It Ralph, but if you're out there raping people and you got an issue with me talking about you, hit me up and I'll wreck your mouth.
He's gonna wreck it.
Oh, my mom would be so mad at me if she was listening to this. She's like, why are you being antagonistic on the podcast? It's okay, though. I love my mom. I know she's not listening. As a matter of fact, she told me last week, what did she say? I was telling her about an idea I had, and she's like, I mean, I don't like it, but I'm not part. She literally was like, I don't like it, but I'm not part of your audience. And I was like, damn, mom.
Shout out to my mom listening.
I was like, wow.
And shout out to all the parents.
I love you too, supporting the podcast.
Hey, she supported it by giving birth to you.
Don't give her an out. All right, she raised me.
Your mom is a wonderful woman.
She is. She's an amazing woman, but she also does support the podcast.
Whoever's out there that knows his mom, tell her to start supporting us, please.
You know what's funny is that my dad's gonna be like, "Hey, babe, did you hear the episode of the podcast?" He's like, "No, what's up?" And he's like, "Listen to this." And she gonna call me. I don't know when, but I guarantee this shit happens.
I hope I'm with you and I can hear it. I hope she yells at you. And we can record it and just play it on the next. That'll just be the next episode of the podcast. It's Droid getting yelled at by his mom.
Oh, man. I love you, Mom. I appreciate everything you do for me. I'm just saying you could give us a couple listens.
Just a couple.
I'm just saying she wants us to. What did she say she wanted us to watch? That made me mad. Widows. She said watch Widows. I'm like, you don't even listen to the podcast. What do you mean watch Widows? Why would we talk about it? But if our theater screws us over, we might have to see Widows because they still haven't put Green Book in the theater yet.
We're fine. Then something else comes out this Friday.
Oh, was it? No, I was thinking Aquaman. It's a couple weeks from now.
The tough thing about us going to see Aquaman is Aquaman comes out the same week as Spider-Man. And I'd rather see Spider-Man. I've been waiting years for Black Spider-Man to be on the big screen, and I've heard amazing things.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing about Aquaman. Not a damn thing. Plus, Aquaman would be weird. We can go see Aquaman on the actual release date.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we'd be able to put out a podcast. And we're leaving this in here. Us discussing this. Maybe someone will know if we could talk about it before. I don't know when the date is that we can start talking about it.
Honestly, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, this has been a strange episode.
It has.
We're both in a weird mood. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to cut out. Maybe I just leave the whole bitch in.
Don't change a single thing.
This might be the most lazily edited episode you guys listen to.
You know why? Because we just looked at this. We were like, we're going to wreck this.
What, our reputation, nigga?
Yep.
Oh, man. Nah, back to Wreck-It Ralph, because that's what you're
starting with Wreck-It Ralph. We haven't really talked about anything.
No. We were talking about how it was different than the Emoji Movie because, like, it had like an actual setup in the first movie. Like we already care about these characters, and that's good. I mean, honestly, you care about the characters who aren't even the main characters, like
Gal Gadot.
I was gonna say like Zangief or Sonic,
like Gal Gadot,
but Shanks is cool too.
How is Gal Gadot even hot as a cartoon?
Well, let me tell you a secret. When people draw pictures, they have images in their heads.
And this guy was like, I know the image I have.
Yeah. Pretty much. I honestly didn't like, she seemed familiar, but it didn't click with me that it was Gal Gadot until you said it.
Let me tell you something. As soon as I heard the accent, I was like, oh, there's only one person in Hollywood with that accent. That's a woman. Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And she was amazing in this, as she was in Wonder Woman. And by me amazing, I mean like she did wild shit that like nobody else was doing. They were out here stealing cars and shit, and then she was like, "Oh, you trying to steal my car though?" And then she was like, "Well, I got friends, and my friends got flamethrowers, and flamethrowers are not good for you." And then she just like killed some niggas, and they were like, "Man, you think we're taking it too hard on these players?" And she's like, "Let me tell you something. Yeah, I feel bad for these people. They're normal human beings who live lives, and we are hard on them. But if they could just steal my car, where's the lesson?" And I was like, you know what? You're right. There is no lesson if they just steal the car. But you know what's even funnier about that is the fact that she wasn't talking about that situation. She was talking about the movie itself. Because if they took off with the fucking car, Ralph and Vanellope, that was the end of the fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this movie is just so fucking aware of itself.
Even more about what she's talking about. She's talking about video games in general.
I get that. Okay. But people with weird names on the internet don't give a fuck. They don't worry about Shanks' car. They want to steal it so they can sell it online for lots of money. Which is like not something that happens anymore, by the way. I mean, it happens. Like, you can get shit in video games and like sell it to other people in real life, but like,
it's really like exclusive stuff, like a digital download for something.
Yeah, it's not like something you
got
can.
at E3.
Why were you so specific about that? I don't appreciate that.
What?
Because you're looking. Because I just feel targeted right now. Don't nobody know what I got.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying you looked at me like you were talking about me.
No, I'm
just because I went to E3 and got some special shit that people don't know about.
Yeah, y'all don't know about it.
And you ain't gonna know about it.
Gifts. I may have looked them up on eBay to see how much they were worth. They were worth like $50. Which I was surprised.
They really low key. I'm not gonna tell you what it was. But they were literally like, take as many as you want. If I didn't know the bitches were worth $50,
yeah, we could have.
Shit.
You'd be like, job.
You know what, low key? I might give away something for the podcast.
Do you still have one?
I have like 3, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
Figure out where the shits are packed.
Maybe we'll do a giveaway. That'll be fun.
I'll keep that in mind. This movie made me realize that because we're always looking at things subjectively, certain things speak to people more. And like this movie, I feel is a really, like, we talked about how this movie is probably more for our age group, like our demographic. Mm-hmm. And I think it was really moving to me particular because of the situation that Ralph and Vanellope were in.
Is it because we were fighting before we went to the movies and you felt really bad? And you were like, they made it through. Maybe me and Ace will make it through.
No. Okay. So I plan on doing this podcast for a while. I think we're like going to do well with the podcast. But like other people in our lives, right? Like, and we've had this situation before, like before we even started the podcast. Like the mindset that like people are going to be moving out of our lives. Mm-hmm. And we like don't want that, but that's what's good for them. Mm-hmm. And this movie addresses that in, I don't know if there's really a subtle way or like you're just addressing it, but I think it addresses it in a way that I felt was particularly effective because I felt that shit. And I feel like a lot of people our age in our generation are in a position where they're either transitioning or the people around them are transitioning, and they're losing a lot of what they've put into other people because those people are leaving their lives. And I was sitting there and I'm just like, bro, little kids aren't feeling what I'm feeling right now. I almost teared up. I'm not gonna lie. At one point,
yeah, there was one point where I got a little teary.
And I feel like even people who are older than us, like our older listeners, have been in that situation and can understand what that feels like. Mm-hmm. So I think that the message behind this movie of like being okay, moving on with your life and understanding that the people in your lives are going to be in your lives as long as you're willing to continue to put in the work is a really great message, but one that's going to go over kids' heads. Mm-hmm. Because they don't, like, I was literally talking to my sister last week about her friends, and like, she's in high school, so like, she gets it to some degree, but like, she doesn't understand what it is to be like, to move 1,700 plus miles away from home and always be away from the people you grew up with. Yeah. You know, to build a relationship with people somewhere else and know that you may go home and be away from those people. So it's like,
that's the hardest part.
Right. And I was like, this shit is like making me feel some type of way. So I really enjoyed that. It wasn't like some huge cliche.
Mm-hmm.
Like cliches can be good, but sometimes you need something that's going to address stuff that people don't normally do. And I can't really think of a movie that talks about that feeling that people have in that situation.
Of like moving on.
Yeah.
I really can't either.
Especially not kids movies. I mean, quote
maybe
unquote
Toy
kids
Story.
Movies. I can see like Toy Story 3. Yeah. I can see that. But like all of Toy Story, those were all done so well.
Yeah.
You know. So I really appreciated Wreck-It Ralph. It was a funny movie too. It wasn't just like
me want to increase my rating. I didn't even think of that. Like, I wasn't even on that wavelength, but I did like feel it because I remember at the end when he's like FaceTiming, I was like, "That's like me with all my people back home." But I didn't even like associate it with that like that deep.
Yeah,
you're the thinker. I'm the funny guy.
But like, you know, on that note, like it's also very funny. Like I loved a lot of the Easter eggs. One of my favorite Easter eggs, for those who maybe were paying attention, when they're like, when all the pop-ups are running through the plaza and they're like, you know, it's like sassy single ladies want to meet you. And I don't remember the pop-up's name, but he's not a pop-up. What is he? He's holding a pop-up.
Yeah, he's a virus.
Is he right? No, he's not a virus. Viruses themselves come from like, viruses are real fucked up. Because the shit that they got sold was a virus. He didn't even sell them that virus. He just gave them a fucking virus. I just want you to know that. I was paying attention to that. Like, there was no trade made for the virus that dude gave to Ralph.
Because he wanted him out of there because of his neck.
His little brother, nigga.
That was so disgusting.
No, but when they show Ralph the size, like, sassy single ladies want to meet you. And it was fucking Hero's aunt from Big Hero 6. I was like, yeah, she probably is lonely.
That's another one that we need a sequel of.
Oh my God, yes. You know there's a TV show?
Really?
Yeah, it's on Disney Channel.
Oh.
Yeah. I haven't seen much of it, but it looked like it was pretty good. So I'm planning on looking into it eventually. I loved the whole concept of them like trying to go viral.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's funny because it was such a new concept to Ralph, but he was like all in. Like, this is what I gotta do. If I'm making fucking bee puns, that's what we're doing. And
it really showed you too, like how little these people make off going viral. Like that couldn't have been real numbers of like what people are really making on going off viral videos. Because he was everywhere and had $20,000. But then again, also he's not a real person, so he can't have like side hustles.
Right.
He just is a viral guy.
And also he made that money in less than 24 hours.
That is true.
So
that is true. Oh wow.
So that
would be such a weird thing to just have that much Ralph in 24 hours.
It wouldn't even be Ralph. It would be like Donkey Kong. Ralph is basically Donkey Kong, and Fix It Felix was Mario. Felix is a carpenter. He's fixing shit. Yeah.
But I just think it'd be... Donkey Kong couldn't hold that.
I mean, he could if he was doing the shit Ralph was doing.
But Donkey Kong's a monkey. No one really wants to care about Donkey Kong like they did Ralph. Ralph is a person. And you know what? I'm gonna just shut up because I forgot about Harambe.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
But the best cameo of all was the late great Stanley.
That was pretty great. It was pretty great indeed. It was nice to see.
It was nice to see him. I might cry in Captain Marvel when I see him.
Oh, bro, you know we didn't talk about the fucking princesses.
Oh yeah.
The fucking Disney. Okay, this is what I love about the Disney princesses, right? Everybody knew the Disney princesses were in this movie, and like we all saw the scene where Vanellope is in the room with them, and they're like, "Oh, can you talk to animals? Oh, do you have magic powers? Oh, does everybody think your problems were solved because a big strong man came to save you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And it's like, she is a princess. Before that, when Vanellope came in the room, the princesses, Mulan pulled out the fucking sword. Elsa was ready to freeze a bitch. Anna was out here with the hands though. She was ready to. She's like, "I ain't got no powers, but I will beat your ass." And I was like, "Okay, Anna, I see." She and Snow White pulled out the slipper
and broke it.
Anna said, "We will catch."
No, Snow White pulled out the apple.
Oh, excuse me. Cinderella pulled out the slipper.
Yeah, and broke.
But Anna was like, "I got these fisticuffs. Let's get it." I was like, I can respect that. I see you. And then they like give her whole like thing about the song. You know what's funny to me is there's no like songs in this movie until they're like, "Hey, I wonder if like because you're a princess, you like have a special song." And she's like, "What do you mean a special song?" And they're like, "Look in the magic water. Important water, any kind of water, really." And Vanellope's like, "Nah, I'm cool." The next scene, she's like staring at a puddle, trying to get her song.
The song was funny.
It was really funny because it was another one of those things where like the movie was really meta.
Yeah.
Like even the people in Slaughter Race were like, "This is a song that really shouldn't be happening, but it's happening, and we are all in for this shit."
The creepy clown.
They were having
so creepy clown.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, my dreams," and the clown just comes up and says, "Not scary clown dreams, good dreams." It's like, oh, okay. I love that. And then
I love the scene with what is it? Marion, the brave.
Oh yeah, I still don't know what she said.
No one does.
I feel like she did say something too. Like she said like an actual coherent sentence, and they just poured the accent on hella strong.
And they were like, "What did she say?"
Like, we
no
don't
one
know.
knows.
She's from the other studio.
That was funny.
That was great.
They're good for that.
The princesses were low key coordinated. Ralph was following. They're like, "Hey, look, a big strong man in need of saving." I was like, wow. They were out. It was. I enjoyed them. They could have been in the movie a little bit more.
Definitely.
I think that I don't know if there were like licensing issues because like Disney owns all of them, but like would they have to pay? I don't know how that works.
No one knows.
I don't. I'm just a broke nigga who consequently has a podcast.
Broke niggas podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll get after talking about my feelings and how this movie made me feel. I think I'll give it a 4.
Let me tell you, you won me over. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. That just hit me right in my heart because it made me think about the time when everyone that I cared about out here was about to leave, and I was like, "Well, there goes all my friends."
Right.
And I didn't want any of them to leave, and I was thinking of ways to sabotage them and not have any of them leave.
I just want you to know that somebody who probably is gonna listen eventually is gonna get mad at you for that statement.
I don't care.
Okay.
Anybody can get mad at me any time of the day. I don't care. I'm living my life. If you want to get mad at me, you can get hit with them honors, bruh.
With the what?
With the honors.
Honors?
Them hands.
Is that what we call them now?
Yeah.
That's going to be very confusing for future listeners if they don't listen to this episode.
Well, they're going to have to know.
It's like, if you want to know what an honor is, please refer to episode... Fuck, what episode is this?
I think it's 29.
Damn, 29 episodes in. That's just crazy. Hey. Congratulations to us. Last week, we got our 1,000th download.
1,000th. I mean, technically, we've had more.
Yeah, but like...
But on the app for the statistics, because we've had listens in other places that don't record on there.
Yeah. But our 1,000th tracked on
list.
this on what we
going
use.
everywhere and adding it up.
Yeah, like if I went out and added it up, it would be quite a bit more. But your boy's not doing the math on that. Really,
It
it was
takes
like
a lot of time.
really it was like 700 like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But hey, we can show that number to people. 1,000. I think today is like what 1,027.
Yep. So thank you, everyone out there.
We know you're listening. Just give us feedback.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Especially y'all in like, I don't understand why I'm saying Spain right now, but Spain and Sweden.
Spain.
I don't understand. Like personally, I don't listen to podcasts from Spain or Sweden.
Well, that's
and,
because
like,
you don't know Spanish or Swedish.
That's not the point. Like they probably like speak some type of English if there's a podcast I was going to listen to out there. But
Then
how did we like cross their radar? I want to know. Like,
Yeah, I kind of want to know too. Let us know if you're listening from another country. Hit us up on Twitter.
right, and don't do no wild shit with my computer. I already told y'all about that hacking shit.
Yeah, Snowden, we're watching you. We know it's you.
Oh, that would be so fucking weird. What if just because you said that we got like 1,000 views, like 1,000 listens, like in the next week?
I'd be like, yo, Snowden, keep it up. Shout out to you.
Oh man! All right, I think we're in a good spot to finish this up.
All right, what do you say? Go see it, rent it,
Definitely go see it. Go see it, and then I think it's one that you can see multiple times because there's a lot, there's a lot of Easter eggs and a lot to dissect.
I agree. Go see the movie
What is with you in that accent?
and then buy it.
Why are you doing that accent?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
All right. Thank you for listening.
We appreciate you.
This has been
Movies for the people.